Today on Judge Faith, before these BFFs came to court, they took it to the club for some street justice.
I think I was facing the bar still, bottle popping. And then I turn around, and she's like, hello? I'm like, yeah. She's like, are you okay? You buying bottles? Where's my money?
My friends then came, it's girls, they know how she is, and it became a brawl. And then it was drinks flying everywhere. It was weed flying everywhere. It was a whole bunch of stuff flying everywhere at this point in time.
Then at that moment, you two became those girls in the club fighting.
Faith Jenkins. Her distinguished legal career began when she graduated first in her law school class. She quickly became a tough New York City prosecutor, and then a preeminent legal analyst on cable news. And now she's the judge in her own courtroom. Her cases are real, and her rulings are final. She is Judge Faith. Plaintiff Brandy Nelson says twice her former friend borrowed money for bills, then refused to pay it back. She's suing for unpaid car repairs and hotel costs. Defendant Titonia Jones says the bills were paid as a favor between friends, and she never agreed to pay it back. She's countersuing for the cost of an iPhone she claims Brandy took from her home.
All rise. Court is in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Please be seated. Your Honor, the litigants have been sworn in. This is the case of Nelson versus Jones.
Thank you, Juan. Brandy Nelson?
Yes.
You are suing the defendant, Etonia?
Yes.
Etonia Jones, for $985 for unpaid car repair and hotel costs?
Yes.
And you are countersuing, ma'am, for $250 for the cost of an iPhone?
Yes.
Okay, we'll start with you, Ms. Nelson. Tell me how you know Ms. Jones and why you're bringing her to court today.
I met her about 2 years ago, actually on Twitter. We had a mutual friend in common. I dated a guy who she dated after me, and they were going through like a little incident on Twitter, and she was obviously in love with him, and he was in love with her. So
they were having an argument on Twitter?
Yeah, kind of like on social networks. So I inboxed her, and I was kind of like, hey, I see you guys arguing, like he's still my friend, do you want me to try to talk to him to see if you guys want to rekindle or whatever it is?
And you didn't know her at the time?
No, I didn't know her, I just knew of her. It's so small where we live, so I just knew of her. So I tried to talk to him, it didn't work. He's like, she's crazy, I want nothing to do with her, you just mind your business, just don't try to make it work, I just don't want nothing to do with her. So I was like, okay, that's fine. Me and her, we then got cool. We started
how did y'all meet off of, so you met in person after communicating on Twitter?
Yeah, we have mutual friends, so I would see her around in clubs and bars, but I would just hi and just keep walking. But we really met through that.
Because her friends didn't like me, sorry.
Yeah,
okay.
Yes, no one likes her,
why she didn't
but that's the reason why. So we met like that, and we actually went.
What, your friends didn't like her?
No, her friends didn't like me.
Oh, okay.
So that's why she didn't speak it for years, because they didn't have a reason. They just didn't like me.
No,
okay.
She kind of dates everybody's boyfriends back home, so that's why no one liked her.
There can't be their boyfriends if they're dating me.
No.
They can't be.
It's more to that story.
All right.
But anyway, we met like that, and so we started texting, and then I'm like, oh, she's pretty nice, she's cool. So we started going out to eat. We did nail trips. We went to the mall. We went out of town, and then we took a Miami trip, and everything was fine. And we then decided for her birthday we were going to go to Atlanta. That's her home away from home. She is she likes the center of attention. So she likes anywhere where any places that she's gonna be give attention. She just likes to be known.
Or gravitates towards me.
Yeah, she likes attention.
More or less.
So we decided that we're gonna go to Atlanta. That's her home away from home, and she thinks she knows everybody. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. So I didn't want to get a rental.
Are both of you born and raised in Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't want to get a rental because I was under 25. A rental for me is going to cost way more.
A car rental?
Yeah, because it's they charge a day for people under 25. So her car was fine. I wasn't driving. I'm like, well, we could just take your car. She needed minor repairs. I'm like, well.
And so you were close at this time?
Yeah.
How would you describe your relationship before this Atlanta trip?
With this story, I don't know how close we were, but I thought we were really close. Really close. I thought we were.
Go ahead.
I told her I have a mechanic that's a mechanic he works at a shop, but he also does side work, and he'll get your car done for really cheap. So he tells me the price for her car would be $350. I'm like, hey, he said $350.
So she needed work on her car so you could drive to Atlanta
so we can drive to Atlanta.
Cincinnati. How long of a drive is that?
With my driving, it's 6 hours, but it's a total of 8.
Okay.
She drives crazy. She acts crazy. You know, it's just this is just crazy.
Okay,
crazy
so
lady.
you were going to drive to Atlanta and you needed some repairs done on your car. And
The
you
repair
went to-
part is correct, yes.
Okay, and so you then went to the mechanic that she recommended because he gave you a good deal?
Yes.
And you paid the $350 to get the car
Yeah, because I was kind of like
repaired.
rushing her because he was leaving to go out of town with his family and he wouldn't return until after Christmas. We were trying to go after Christmas and I'm like, we need to hurry up and get it done. They messed up on her check at work, so I'm like, I'll just pay him. It's $350, it's nothing. I'll give him the $350.
What was the conversation you had with her? She paid the mechanic $350. What was the conversation about that money?
First off, I was moving to Atlanta and my car broke down before my move and she paid for repairs. And at that time, she had a sugar daddy. And he provided her with money, a lot of money. So it was just like, here, oh girl, don't worry about it. I'll take you the car, you know.
And did that $350 ever come up again in conversation?
No. And if she had a conversation, it was with herself because me and her never talked about money after that.
Okay, all right. So what else happened?
She was gonna pay me at the end of the month, the $350 back. That's fine. I can wait till the end of the month. I got paid first. It took her another 2 weeks to get paid. I'm like, okay, I can wait till the end of the month.
You didn't get this money from a sugar daddy?
No,
as
I
she
have no
alleges.
sugar daddy. Everybody back home knows she's the one with the sugar daddies in the imagination of like a billion stars who want her. I don't live in that fairy tale. She lives in that fairy
I
tale.
don't want to be open about it.
So you were working, and that's where you were
Correct.
getting the
And
money.
that, like I said, I have
Okay.
a child. I don't have money to loan to a grown woman who's way older. I don't have money to give to you. So that was never the issue. She was going to pay me back. If she wasn't going to pay me back, I would have never said I was going to give it to her. We loan each other stuff all the time. We are friends.
Do
That's
we?
what friends do. I don't.
Okay, so what happened? What happened next? So the $350, you give her the $350.
I
What
give her the
happens
$350.
next?
I'm keeping in contact with her. Hey, okay, your car's fixed. You know, it's November 15th. I'm letting her know. She's like, hey, we gotta get the room. We're staying down there for a week. The room down in Atlanta was $635. I say, okay, you got your money? No. Again, something comes up.
You were going to split the cost of the hotel room.
Correct. We were gonna split the cost. Something comes up. She didn't have that. I'm like, well, we gotta have this money in before the first. They only holding it to the first. I'll pay the $635. You pay me back your half. That was the deal. I end up paying the $635 for downtown for Atlanta.
You had to pay the entire
Basically,
week
I
stay at
paid
the
for
hotel
the whole thing
in advance.
In advance, and I even paid for her car. So my deal was that I was going to get her half on the 5th. I then text her November 29th. Hey,
Was that the deal?
No.
You would split the cost of the hotel?
No, not at all.
I don't.
So the deal was what? What do you say it was?
I don't know if she's higher. She just gave me some money. It wasn't even like increments. It was like probably altogether like $900 or something.
Okay.
No,
Do people just give you money like that often?
She's not that kind of friend.
Men more or less. I don't know if she likes women, but men do.
She wouldn't be my type if I did.
Coming up, the ladies throw shade, and Judge Faith calls them out.
She's like, I don't exist. I'm texting. At this point, I'm calling your mama, your brother, your sister. I need my money.
Was she asking you for
everybody
money?
I can get in touch with.
We were talking the whole time.
Okay, so she's making this up.
Yes.
Plaintiff Brandy Nelson says her former friend owes her money for 2 bills she paid. She's suing for unpaid car repair and hotel costs. Defendant Etonia Jones says it wasn't a loan, it was a friendly gesture, and they both knew it. She's countersuing for the cost of a stolen iPhone.
Go ahead.
She said, I owe you. She said, I will give you back the money. And I'm okay with that. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I then text her November 29th. I'm like, babysitter bail, I can't go. There's nothing I can do. I only trust one person with my child, so I couldn't make the trip. She say, okay, that's fine. We could just cancel the whole thing.
So why then would she be responsible for paying? If you backed out at the last minute and the two of you were going to split the cost of the hotel, why should she then be responsible for the
because
entire
she told
cost?
me she was going to give me the money. We had a discussion where she said, I'll give you the money. I'll just take my friend and give you the money on the 5th. That's the $350.
Oh, did you say that?
Plus the six. Yes,
No.
plus the $635.
So you say she goes to Atlanta for a week and then she comes back. She's not paying you this money back. And what happens? I understand the two of you had some type of physical
She's
altercation.
ignoring me. Like, she's like, I don't exist. I'm texting. At this point, I'm calling your mama, your brother, your sister. I need my money. I'm
Was she
calling
asking you for
everybody
money?
I can get in touch with.
We were talking the whole time.
Okay, so she's making this up.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, she crazy. I told you she belonged on a TV show. Like, she really live in a land where she just think that this is just okay, like in fairy tale world. I told this girl I need my money back.
How long after you loaned her the money do you say you saw her at this bar?
This was after she came back the first weekend of January, New Year's. So I seen her that Saturday.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, she did.
It was December.
It was January. Her birthday's December 28th.
That's why I
she
came
came back
back
that weekend.
Okay.
Anyways, I seen her in the bar. I'm with 4 of my friends. She's with 3 of her friends. I say, there go Etonia. Should I approach her? My friend like, Brandy.
What did you see her doing?
She was at the bar. I wasn't gonna say nothing to her because she usually gets in the club free because that's just she's known,
well connected.
Whatever she does, that's her life. I don't know how she gets in the club free, but normally,
So you weren't going to approach her, but
I was going to approach her, but I'm like, okay, it's free to get in the club. So I'm not going to say nothing to her because obviously she might not have no money at this time. I go to the restroom. I make my way out. Long behold, Tonya with a bottle. A bottle in the club is nothing under $2.50.
I always have bottles in the
So
club.
no, she's not getting bottles off her looks because the bartender's is not going to give this woman a bottle. She paid $250.
So you see her with a bottle and you think, oh, you
got money for a bottle. She tells her friend, I'll get you a drink. My friend overheard it. She like, so Tonya buying drinks and she got a bottle. I'm going to approach her. I tap her on the shoulder. Hello. What? Okay. I look at my friend. I'm like, whatever. She just in the back. So I'm like, my money? She like, this ain't the time to do it. Okay, so when is the time to do it? I've been
So did you say
contacting
that to her? Did she approach you about money at this bar?
No, actually, I was shocked to see her because I had called her, asked was she going to go out, and she said she couldn't make it.
I'm not going to go out to no club.
But she was there. See how fabricated this is? So I was surprised to even see her. And so, yeah.
Did she walk up to you?
Yeah, I was at the...
And what did she say when she walked up to you?
I think I was facing the bar still, bottle popping. And then I turned around, and she's like, hello. You know how she just said hello? And I'm like,
I said,
yeah.
hey.
I'm like, yeah. She's like, are you okay? You buying bottles? Where's my money? I'm like, money for what? Like, you need some new shoes? Because
So
she
she
always
did
needs
ask you
some.
about money.
She a little needy. So I'm like, what you need, some shoes or something? Your nails done or something? She like, don't play with me, Tony. She did not call me Tony in the club.
I do.
So I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. She's like, the money I loaned you. I'm like, you gave me a loan? I
So
don't
she
recall.
did mention that she loaned you money
Yeah,
at that
and I'm
point.
confused.
And what's your response?
I said, we've been talking for weeks, so I don't understand why you haven't mentioned this whole time. Like, she's like, well, you've been ignoring me.
Maybe because you hadn't paid her yet.
So you just don't reach out to her weeks until you see me bottle popping. Really? So she grabs a drink and throws it on me, on my hair.
That's not how it happened.
Then she takes a friend drink and double throws it. Like she just was in acting school her whole life. Like I just wasn't gonna slap her or something. I didn't understand what was happening.
Did you throw a drink on her?
No, that's not how it happened. And again,
not how it-
Did you
bottle
throw a
popping-
drink on her?
No. I
Never
didn't.
happened.
I never threw a drink on her intentionally.
Oh.
Okay, well, what happened?
It kind of went like, hey, I tapped her on the shoulder. Where's my money? At this point in time, she's ignoring me. You're not going to ignore me like you've been doing my text messages. You want to block me off Facebook and every other networking site so I can't get a hold of you. At this point, I'm tapping her. Keep on. I know she irritates easily and she's drunk at this time because she don't know how to hold her liquor. I'm going to keep tapping you. Where's my money? Where's my money? And I kept tapping her. She had then.
And you don't think that's instigating something?
I wasn't
If you keep tapping someone on the shoulder, asking for
I'm trying to
money,
get her attention.
you're in a bar, you don't think you're instigating something?
No, because she know my intentions is never. I'm not a fighter. She's the fighter.
But
You're starting something though.
I want my money. At this
Okay,
time,
but you're starting something
I wasn't okay.
in the club,
It's at the bar, but I mean, it wasn't
bar,
like,
club, whatever. How would you feel if someone walked up to you in a bar and started tapping you on your shoulder, asking you for money?
If I knew him, I'm not going to get defensive. I'm just, what's up? That's what I was expecting.
Yeah, okay. And so what happens after you keep tapping her on
elbowed
her
me.
shoulder? Right.
She elbowed me.
That's not a surprise.
Right, and I wasn't going to do anything, but my friends then came, it's girls, they know how she is, and it became a brawl. And then it was drinks flying everywhere. It was weed flying everywhere. It was a whole bunch of stuff flying everywhere at this point in time. Everything was flying everywhere. And it could have been resolved if she would have.
So then at that moment, you two became those girls in the club fighting.
Coming up, someone sent text messages that reveal the truth hidden in this twisted tale.
You can download any app and make up a fake number.
Right, I hear that every day, all day.
Plaintiff Brandy Nelson says her former friend took advantage of her kindness. She's suing for unpaid car repairs and hotel costs. Defendant Etonia Jones says Brandy never complained about the unpaid bills. She's countersuing for the cost of an iPhone.
You're countersuing for the cost of an iPhone. What's that about?
She was over my house, and this was after the whole incident or whatever. And she
After the club?
Mm-hmm. That's how crazy she is. She
So the
came
two
over.
of you are friends again?
No, she came over, I guess, trying to keep carrying it on, I guess. And I was there with my boyfriend or whatever, and I was in the bedroom with my boyfriend. And we had just came to the house and playing music. I play music on that phone. So we just came to the house. The phone was there, standing on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time we come out of the room to meet up with her, she wants to go out to the club or whatever to try to sit down, or bar, I should say, and talk about it some more or whatever. And I'm like, okay, this is a drag, but okay, I play this game. And so we were about to go out, but the phone was gone. So I'm like, I don't know where my phone is. She's like, what? It was just on the TV. So it just goes missing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an iPhone. So I track it or whatever. And like a month later, I discovered it was in her neighborhood, neck of the woods. So I erased all the contents out of it. And
So you track the phone a month later, and it's in her general area in Cincinnati.
yes.
And you think because it's in that area, I mean, what are
She's the
there
only person
like
I know.
20,000 other
She's
people
the only
who
person
live
I
in
know
that area?
live out there. I don't know nothing about that area. Every time I go out there, she has to tell me directions. I'm confused. And
Right, but there are other people who live in that neighborhood,
that I know
right?
was in my house that day when it was missing. No.
And so you think it went missing as soon as she walked in the house, and then it was gone after that?
Exactly.
And when did you first approach her about it?
That day, the next few days later, she's like,
Did you take the iPhone?
No.
Do you know anything about the iPhone?
No. I don't know.
Did you see the iPhone that day?
Yeah, I know she had an iPhone. I know that for a fact. Yes, I know she had it.
Was
Like I said,
you
she-
were over there asking for money?
No, I wasn't.
Right.
I don't know what she's talking about. I didn't go to her house to ask her for no money. Why am I coming to your house after we just got into a fight to ask you for money by myself?
What other reason would you be there?
Right.
I didn't go to her house.
You just said.
So you were never there?
No, I never went to her house. And then on top of that, she's accusing me of a phone when you were clearly with your boyfriend, who isn't her boyfriend in reality. She's clearly with him. You're questioning me about a phone. You have other friends in the neck of the woods where I live. I don't know nothing that she's talking about.
Do you have any other evidence? Do you have anything in writing, anything to support your claim that these were, because right now it's kind of one person's word against the other, and I don't know if either one of you are that credible at this point.
Okay, well, if that's the case, I have a screenshot of text messages.
Okay, between the two of you?
Correct. Well, no, between her, because I wasn't at this point in time when I called her. We had verbal conversations, but she was texting me.
So do you remember writing, hey, I wanted to know if I can give you the $350 at the end of the month, and if you can pay for the hotel, and I'll give you that on the 5th of next month. My check is way shorter than I expected.
No, I don't.
You don't remember writing that?
She gave me a lump sum, so I don't know why would I split it up. I'm confused. If I was going to pay her back, I don't understand.
Do you remember writing, okay, so tomorrow let me know how much the mechanic is going to charge. If he charges the full $350, that's cool, I'll pay that?
No.
All right. I've heard enough. So now you have amnesia.
I have amnesia. Either I have amnesia or she's a fraudulent. I mean, you can download any app and make up a fake number.
Right, I hear that every day, all day.
Coming up, Judge Faith rules. And now, Judge Faith rules.
From the very beginning, not after the fact, from the very beginning, you said you would pay this money back.
Okay.
And then you trumped up your little counterclaim about an iPhone.
I didn't trump up anything. That actually happened.
Well, obviously, I don't believe anything you have to say now. As far as the fight in the club, had she been injured or she had a counterclaim related to the fight in the club, that would have been on you. Because you approached her, and even if she owed you money, that's not how you handle it. You don't approach someone in the club and antagonize them. $985, judgment for the plaintiff.
Today on Judge Faith, she says she was just a tax break to her money-hungry big sister.
I stayed with Amanda for a month and a half. I didn't actually stay with her until the middle of November.
Who did you stay with then?
I was staying with my boyfriend then.
How old is he?
He's 20. No.
He's older than me. He's 32.
But she says her little sister is ungrateful.
As long as she have electricity, hot water, gas, food, a roof over her head, I feel I don't owe her anything.
Now Judge Faith lays down the law, settling the sister versus sister family feud.
Everything that they're saying today, they're not making everything up.
But they are.
Don't.
No.
Stop.
Faith Jenkins. Her distinguished legal career began when she graduated first in her law school class. She quickly became a tough New York City prosecutor, and then a preeminent legal analyst on cable news. And now she's the judge in her own courtroom. Her cases are real, and her rulings are final. She is Judge Faith. Plaintiff Angel Hackney says her older sister Amanda claimed her on taxes and owes Angel a portion of the refund. Defendant Amanda Danko says she doesn't owe anything because when she filed taxes, she was the legal guardian for her youngest sister. She's accompanied by Alicia Smith.
All rise. Court is in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Please be seated. Your Honor, the litigants have been sworn in. This is the case of Hackney versus Danko.
Thank you, Juan. Angel Hackney,
Yes.
you were suing the defendant Amanda Danko
Yes.
for $600. You say she owes you.
Yes.
So let's start from the beginning. I read your papers, and I understand that the defendant is your sister.
Yes.
And when you were 17 years old, you lived with her for a period of time.
Yes, I stayed with her for a month and a half.
Okay, and that year, when she filed her income tax return, she claimed you as a dependent.
Yes.
And you believe that she did that unlawfully.
Yes, because there was never an agreement that we had.
You're suing her for $600 because the two of you then agreed, you say, that she would give you $600 because she wasn't supposed to claim you. You were going to file your own income tax return?
Yes.
Is that the correct understanding?
Yes.
Okay, so let's start from the very beginning. How did you end up living with your sister? Tell me about that.
Well, I was staying in a group home for like a whole year, and then on May the 2nd, she actually got custody
Why
of
were you
me.
staying in a group home?
Well, me and my mom really wasn't getting along. Like, we're
That's
not
so
really
not
treated
true.
well, but
She steals and she spoils.
Ma'am, I want to hear what she has to say, and then
Okay.
I'll give you the opportunity to respond, okay? So are you the youngest?
I have one sister under me.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 19 right now.
Okay, well, how old were you when you moved into the group home?
When I moved into the group home in 2012, I was 16. Then I turned 17 in there, and then I came out on May 2nd.
But why did you move into the group home? You were not getting along with your mother?
I wasn't getting along with my mom.
And why is that?
I'm not happy at home. I didn't want to be at home. I would
Okay.
always go somewhere. That's why I picked up a job. I started working. I was in school. From the time that I would be working until the time that I was in school, like I was gone the whole day. So she kind of felt like I was running the streets. Well, in actuality, I was, but at least I was doing the correct things.
And so at 17, though, you move out of the group home and she moves in with you?
She moved with me a day before she turned 17.
Okay.
She
And what do
was-
you say the issues were?
The issue was, see, she's smart, but she's a manipulator. Angel was in the custody of the courts at 12. You know, she chose to take the wrong path, hang with the wrong people. At 14, when she hit 14, she ended back up in the Division of Youth Services.
Had you been arrested?
Yes.
Okay, what was that for?
Not staying with my mom, not being in her house, following her rules.
Angel was arrested for something else at the age of 12. She was arrested for a robbery.
Okay, if it's 12, what does
And
that have to do with now?
At the age of 14, she was incorrigible. She didn't listen to my mom. She wouldn't listen to my dad. She wouldn't listen to anybody. So therefore, the courts had suggested that she went back to DYS. She stayed there until she was 16. A day before she turned 16 is when the courts released her to me. My mom didn't want her. My dad didn't want her. And for her saying she's the outcast, no, she's the spoilest one of all. So she was released to me April the 1st, before she turned 17. So therefore, she was in my custody until 18. So I was responsible for her until she was 18. So when she turned 18, she could just go on about her business, do whatever she wanted to do.
And is that why you claimed her on your tax returns
She
that
was
year?
with me the whole year. Angel would come in when she wanted to. She would leave when she wanted to. They gave her a curfew, I think. And she wasn't doing anything. They were sending letters to my house. She wasn't responding to her service coordinator. So basically, it got to the point where Angel would do what she wanted to do.
Was she in school at that time?
She was in school and she was working. Angel would talk to me any kind of way, come in my house trying to control my household, try to tell me how to raise my kids. Like, no, how can you tell me how to raise my kids and you're not even in your parents can't even raise you?
And what do you say? You say that you didn't live with her that entire year.
I stayed with Amanda for a month and a half. I didn't actually stay with her until October, the beginning week of October, until the middle of November.
Who did you stay with then?
I was staying with my boyfriend then.
How old is he?
He's 20.
No, he's older than me. He's 32. Angel been with him since she was 14.
If he's 30,
that's
and you
this
see
is
how
another
people
reason.
Is he 32
okay,
years
if
old?
he's 30, no, he's not. If
30
he's
years old.
Why
He's
would you call
over
him
30.
your brother? What type of
Stand
sister
up.
would
You're
you
the
be to make him?
sister?
Yes.
Okay. Who's her boyfriend? How old is he?
He's around 30-something years old. Angel was messing with him ever since she was around 14. He is
She's
an older
still
guy.
with him to this
yes.
day.
Step over.
Okay,
What do you want to say about this? And you are Alicia, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Well, Angel was basically standing up here lying.
Coming up on Judge Faith, is Angel being a bratty baby sister, or is Amanda just a bossy big sister?
Angel did not listen to me. She walk in my house when she want to. She come in when she want to. So I got so fed up with it, and there was nothing that I can do. So I just let her do whatever she want to do.
They try to paint me as I'm a horrible person when that's not the case.
Plaintiff Angel Hackney says her older sister Amanda kept her from getting a tax refund by claiming her as a dependent. She's suing for money promised. Defendant Amanda Danko says she doesn't owe anything because the state awarded her legal custody of her youngest sister.
Everything Amanda is saying is true. Angel got out. She couldn't come home with my mother because my mom is tired of it. Angel is very disrespectful. She calls my mama every type of name that you could think of that's not appropriate for you to talk to your mom. My mom, she loved her. She loved all her girls, but she cannot deal with Angel. No one in the family can deal with Angel.
Sure.
Angel did get locked up when she was younger for stealing that robbery in that beauty supply, I believe, yes.
Are you rude to and disrespectful to your mother? What's going on? Are you calling her names?
We never got along since I was young because at a young age, I see how she treat them is different from how she treat them.
Okay, and so does that
it's
cause
always
you?
been like
and
that.
so
It's never been different.
And so is that what leads you to go out and commit a robbery or theft?
No, because that's not what I was going out there doing. They try to paint me as I'm a horrible person when that's not the case. Yes,
How did you find out she claimed you as a dependent?
Because she called me probably like around May, the year that she had filed me, and she was like, well, let me know if I could file you on your taxes and use your school credit, and I just give you $600. And I'm like, I kept pushing her off because I was gonna file my own taxes because as you can see, I got the IRS information, and even on those, it has the addresses of where I stayed at. None of them have her address at all.
And you think because you only lived with her a month and a half that she can't claim you? Who provided your support in 2013?
I provided my own support in 2013. I have plenty of jobs. I have 4 pages worth of different jobs where I was working throughout the whole year.
Who do you live with?
Myself.
Okay. By yourself, and so you're now living on your own.
Yes.
And where are you working?
Yes.
You're working now?
Yes.
And you're in school full time?
Yep. I'm going for business.
Did she come to you and have a conversation with you and say, hey, you filed me on your taxes, you weren't supposed to, I'd like for you to pay me $600 and we'll just call this a wash?
I talked to her service coordinator first, which is the person that released her into my custody. And I asked her, was I able to file Angel on my taxes? She told me yes, because she was released to me April the 1st. Her birthday is April the 2nd. She turned 17. She was in my custody the whole year. When I tried to give her back to the state because she was being incorrigible, like I said, trying to run my household, tell me how to run my kids, and I'm trying to give her back to the state.
And so what happened with that?
They told me that they was trying to give me a neglect charge for her if I gave her back to this. I basically couldn't give her back, or they was gonna hit me with neglect. I have my own kids, and I work in the nursing field, so I'm not gonna take no neglect charge of nobody's child. Angel did not listen to me. She walk out my house when she want to. She come in when she want to. She go and please. So I got so fed up with it, and there was nothing that I can do, and the service coordinator can do. So I just let her do whatever she want to do. Another part of her stipulations was not to be with this man.
Was that a part of the stipulation?
Yes, it was.
No.
Yes.
That wasn't a part of the stipulation?
It was not.
You 14 years old and you messing with a man that's 28 to 30 years old. Like,
That was-
help
But at
me.
that point when she was 17, was that a part of the stipulation?
No, she was 14 when she met him.
I understand, but at this point she's
She was
living
17.
with
She was 17.
you. Was that a part
and
of the current
courts-
stipulation?
The court still said that she was not supposed to deal with him. She's supposed to remain in my household. She's supposed to meet with her worker, get a job, and go to school. Angel wasn't even meeting with the worker. The worker was sending letters to my house. She was like,
And I see you don't have any of that paperwork with
No,
you?
I don't have the letters that she sent, but I have the letters from when they released her into my custody.
Right, I understand that. You submitted that to the court.
Right, and like I said, she's a child. As long as she have electricity, hot water, gas, food, a roof over her head, I feel I don't owe her anything.
Coming up, Judge Faith brushes the chip off a sister's shoulder.
Now you're showing what you're really like.
Okay,
Because I've told you 5 times to stop talking, and you won't stop talking. So you're not respecting the court. And I know if you're acting like this in court, I can only imagine what you're acting like at home.
Plaintiff Angel Hackney says her older sister agreed to share her tax refund because Amanda never asked permission. She's suing for money promised. Defendant Amanda Daco says she never agreed to a refund because she was Angel's legal guardian.
So what was the issue? What was the
Intervene.
issue when you stayed with your sister?
To be honestly, when
Were you coming in and out at all different times of day and night?
I barely wanted to be there because she had guys running in and out every time you turned around.
It's like she didn't want to be at her mother's house.
This I'm being honest.
Something,
Drug
huh?
test right
It's
now.
social-
I
Hey, you guys gotta
She-
listen, all right?
would smoke in front of them, have guys running in and out. She would not clean.
So you're
I'm not
saying
no
you're
guilty
saying
person.
that is the reason why you wanted to
Do what you
leave,
wanna
and that's
do.
why you were going in and out of the house.
I told her, okay, me and him, I don't really want to stay with him. We're not really getting along right now. She was like, oh, well, you could come stay with me. You don't have to pay me any rent. You don't have to pay any bills.
So he's 20 years old. How long do you say you've been with him?
For like a year now,
What
but
does he
I've
do
known
for a
him
living?
longer than that.
What does he do for a living?
He works at Walmart.
All right, I think I've heard enough here.
One other thing to say about this whole case, I worked hard for everything, for these 4 pages, all these jobs that I had trying to learn how to maintain a job, I worked hard for that. Amanda didn't take care of me. Amanda didn't buy me nothing. It was times where I was at her house starving. It was times where I didn't even know. I didn't find out till next year. The next year after, when I applied for food stamps, she was getting government assistance for you. She was getting this. I called my mom to find this out. Oh yeah. Well, why is Angel going without clothes? Why is Angel staying at your house and you don't have no
But
food
you
in the
call your mom
refrigerator?
the mom that you curse
Over
out every
Stop
day.
it.
$700
Help
worth
me
of food
understand.
stamps, but I'm straight going hungry and I'm staying with you. And I just felt betrayed. That's the only reason why I'm here, because it hurt me.
Now
And
you
I
on this
straight felt
fake crap.
betrayed by her because I stayed with her. She could have told me, oh, I'm getting this for you. I'm getting these type of benefits for you. She was even trying to get child support from my mom and dad so it can go to her. That's not right. And that's why I'm here.
I told the courts I did not want child support.
But we're
my
getting
mom could let you.
assistance.
My mom would tell you we
Okay.
didn't want
All right,
child support.
Stop. Everybody stop. I've heard enough. Before I rule on this case and the legal issues, let me just start with this. I know you mentioned in your papers that you guys are from the Ferguson area, and everything that's been going on in that community, you don't want to see your sister go down that road and get in trouble and ruin her life with some of the choices that she's making. And I really do believe that you care about her.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad the fact that she graduated a year early. She makes straight A's. Smart as ever in school. Smart when it comes to the books and everything, but it's just sometimes she make the wrong decisions.
And that's why I'm going to turn to you right now and tell you everything that they're saying today. They're not making everything up.
But they are.
Don't.
No.
Stop. There's a reason why you were in this facility. There's a reason why you had to spend time there. Obviously, you haven't had the easiest childhood, and some of that is because of some of the choices that you made. You have to own up to that too. But listen, I commend you at 19 years old for working hard. I commend you for having your own place, for graduating school early, doing all of those other things. I really do. But I still think you can do better.
What do you mean by do better?
I think you can take better ownership and responsibility for your relationships with your sisters and with your family and your part in this conflict.
Judge, I feel she should just be accountable for her own actions.
I understand
I
what you're
feel
saying,
like we
but
shouldn't just try to sit here and play the victim role and make it seem
Like
like
you doing
Angel.
now.
neither one
Like
of
you
you,
think that's
neither
what I
one
feel
of
like.
you
My mom has
Are
5
perfect.
girls.
Because we gonna
Neither
have
one of
two
you
that's
has
gonna
5
jump
girls.
on me
And she
and make
the
it
only
seem,
one
oh,
feel
but we gonna make sure my character looks bad. We gonna make sure Angel
Stop
looks bad.
talking. Both of you stop talking.
Try to say she bring different guys in. What did
Let's
you
be
do when you
honest,
was
because y'all have
younger?
not been
Don't
honest
do
since we
that.
stepped in this
Don't
courtroom.
listen.
Let's be honest.
Now you're showing what you're really like.
Okay,
because
that's
I've
fine.
told you 5 times to stop talking, and you won't stop talking. So you're
told
not
me to stop
respecting the
talking.
court. You're not respecting me right now. You're not respecting asking me. And I know if you're acting like this in court, I can only imagine what you're acting like at home.
Okay, because you don't understand. You can sit
Listen,
here and try to
I've
act
heard
like
you,
you understand
and
my
I'm
life
listening
because you
to
heard
you.
a piece of it,
but
you don't.
I understand you, but I can't let you just talk for 20 minutes, and I've asked you to stop, and you're not doing it.
Coming up, Judge Faith rules. And now, Judge Faith rules.
I've heard everything that both of you have had to say today, and some things I'm taking into consideration, and some things I'm not. In this case, the two of you may or may not have come up with this agreement that you would reimburse her for some of the money you got back. But see, I don't even have to make that decision, because if you think someone wrongfully claims you as a dependent on their tax return, your remedy is not to come and bring them to court. Your first remedy is to go to the IRS. If she's already filed and claimed you, what you have to do, you can't electronically file because you'll be rejected. You have to paper file. Then the IRS gets your return, and then they see, oh, you're claiming yourself, your sister is claiming you, we need to sort this out. And they have to contact her. They have to contact you, and then they sort that out. You can't just come up with this agreement where you got a refund on my behalf, so I want you to pay me $600.
That was her agreement.
Both of you, even if you came up with that, if you came up with that agreement, you can't bring it into court and I enforce it. I can't enforce that agreement, because it's not the right agreement. Your remedy is to go to the IRS. And I know you probably don't know this because you're 19.
You see how she walks off? Like this is what we go through. This is what we go through.
Listen, this is the law. I'm not making this up.
Right.
I'm not trying to come up with something to try to cheat her out of money. If she's owed the money, she would get the money. But this is the law. My hands are tied here. I commend you for trying to help your sister. And I commend her for the things that she's done. You talked about her making straight A's, and she talked about working right now and being in school. One thing that she obviously needs to work on is her attitude and how she responds to adversity, or how she responds to someone who's telling her something that she doesn't want to hear. It's unfortunate that she walked out of court today, but I think that's a reflection of something she needs to work on, which is her attitude. And the other thing I want to say, at some point in your life, you have to make a choice with what happens, because she didn't have an easy childhood, right? At 12 years old, very young age, she's not at home. She's in a group home. She's in a juvenile facility, as you described it. That's not easy for a young person to live their teenage years like that. Many of us, as we rise in the ranks in our professional lives, we've had challenges and obstacles that we've had to overcome. I'm certainly not here because I had it easy or because I didn't face adversity. I mean, I look at people like Oprah and Tyler Perry, who had childhoods, they were sexually and physically abused, but they completely turned their lives around and are doing amazing things. And I think that boils down to people who choose what to do with the obstacles they have faced. They can let those obstacles hinder them for the rest of their lives. They can allow them to teach them lessons and be stepping stones in their lives. And I hope that Angel is somehow able to go forward and use these things as a stepping stone. And I hope that if she does that, and she changes her attitude, and she does get better, that all of you can repair your relationship. And good luck to your family.
Today on Judge Faith, a battle between besties turned into bullying when they posted their rent disputes on Facebook.
It eventually got to the point where I had to go buy locks for my doors because I was sick of my things being taken out of my room.
I had to find out through Facebook. She had the nerve to like a status. She had posted, "Bye, Felicia." Do you know what "Bye, Felicia" means?
Well, that is your name. That is your name is Felicia. Yes. What does "Bye, Felicia" mean to you?
Basically, it means the B word.
Most of the time it means they're so irrelevant you don't even want to say their name or care to know their name. So you just say, "Bye, Felicia."
Faith Jenkins. Her distinguished legal career began when she graduated first in her law school class. She quickly became a tough New York City prosecutor, and then a preeminent legal analyst on cable news. And now she's the judge in her own courtroom. Her cases are real, and her rulings are final. she is Judge Faith. Plaintiff Ashley Anderson says her former roommate walked out on a 2-year lease, leaving her with lots of unpaid bills. She's suing for past due rent and various fees. Defendant Felicia Burton says she doesn't owe anything because once they became roommates, her former friend's lifestyle made her feel unsafe.
All rise. Court is in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Please be seated. Your Honor, the litigants have been sworn in. This is a case of Anderson versus Burton.
Thank you, Juan. Okay, Ashley Anderson,
Yes, ma'am.
you are suing the defendant Felicia Burton for $5,563 for half of a re-rental fee, a lease buyout, and past due rent?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so why don't we start from the beginning? I take it from your complaint and answer that the two of you were roommates.
Yes.
How did you first meet?
We first met when Felicia was transferred to my salon that I was the manager at. I was looking to buy a house where eventually we started looking at apartments as well.
So you decided to become roommates?
Correct.
Okay, and had you been friends outside of work?
Not very, no. In April, we signed a lease together, and it was
April of what year?
April of 2014.
Okay, and do you have a copy of that?
I do.
Let me see it, please. So you signed a lease. Was it for 1 year or 2?
2 years.
2 years. So you decided to move in. Can you describe the apartment to me?
I mean, it was beautiful. 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It was, I believe, the first apartment to be fully updated, if I'm not mistaken. Brand new carpets, brand new hardwood floors.
And what was the arrangement in terms of rent?
We were each going to pay half. So it was in the lease, the rent, and then also in the lease, the cable was included.
Okay, so a total of $1,490. The two of you would split, and I see the two of you are the only names on the lease. So what happens after you move in? I understand you started having some problems.
It was like I said, it was a 2-year lease. We didn't even really make it 3 months. After the first 1 to 2 months, there was a time where she needed help with the rent, so I gave her, I believe it was like $60 to $80, which she did pay me back. Mm-hmm. Later throughout, I'd come home and go to take a shower, and my shampoo and conditioner wasn't in there, so I'd go into her bathroom where it was in her bathroom. It eventually got to the point where I had to go buy locks for my doors because I was sick of my things being taken out of my room.
What's going on here?
Okay, we had agreements when we first moved in. What's yours is yours, but if you want to use it, ask. I did ask Miss Ashley Marker, if I could use her stuff. Yes, that's fine. Funny thing is, all these little things that she is saying that I did, I had to find out through Facebook. I was never there half of the time. I was always at my boyfriend's because I did not feel safe in that apartment.
Why didn't you feel safe?
The people that she was bringing in all the time.
What do you mean by that?
They are people that I do not hang out with. People that have, from her words, have been in jail. We had agreements that
That
no
is
drugs in
not
the
my-
place.
Hold on a second. Go ahead.
No drugs in the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
There have been plenty of times, because my boyfriend went to work early in the morning. He's a welder. I would go back to the apartment. The place reeked of weed.
Did you see paraphernalia?
I did not, but
you,
as far as the
smelled,
smell
were you
was
smoking
there,
weed in the apartment?
I do not smoke weed. I
Were
don't
your
do
friends
any
smoking
drugs.
weed?
Not to
I'm
my-
going to assume that means yes.
I don't know. There was one person that was sometimes there when I was not. If they did when I was not there at work.
I mean, do
that
you
is a
smell weed?
possibility.
If she said she smelled it, did you smell weed?
I have before, but I've smelt it through the hallways. I don't necessarily know that it's from my friend specifically.
Coming up on Judge Faith, she had 99 problems and Felicia was number 1.
She had filled out this thing that she wanted me to sign, and I signed it because I wanted her to leave. I was done with
So
her
this
messes
thing
and everything
could
like
possibly
that.
be a contract between the two of you?
It could possibly be, yes.
Now, you ladies have made a bit of a mess here.
Plaintiff Ashley Anderson says her former friend and roommate agreed to split the cost of breaking their lease early and now refuses to pay. She's suing for past due rent and various fees. Defendant Felicia Burton says she doesn't owe anything because Ashley agreed to find a friend to replace her on the lease.
You say that someone else moved in. There are only 2 of you on the lease. You say someone else moved into the apartment?
It was her coming up to me all the time. How would you feel if so-and-so moved in? That's fine. They have to be on the lease.
But did someone else actually move in?
Pretty much, and they were not in the lease. They
Who was
did
that
not sign.
person?
Her friend.
Okay.
She confronted me and said, my friend is about to be evicted because of lack of paying rent, of her boyfriend not paying rent, and she has a 4-year-old daughter. Being a nice person, I did agree.
Okay,
I said,
so
yes.
your friend and the 4-year-old daughter moved into the 2-bedroom
Yes, they did.
apartment. Okay, and did you have her put on the lease?
We tried putting her on the lease, and that
Who's
didn't
we?
go- We, all 3 of us, me, Felicia, and the other.
And what happened?
She was not. Her credit wasn't good enough.
So the
or
landlord
something
said
like that.
no?
Yes.
But you let her move in anyway?
She was staying there before that. We had filled it out.
But you
and
let her
then
move in anyway?
She was.
You let her
staying
stay there anyway?
She was.
Although the
staying there,
landlord
yes.
said no?
She said no after my friend was already.
Doesn't
staying
matter
there.
when she said no. She said no, and your friend didn't move out. She stayed there anyway, right?
Yes.
Okay. So where was this this woman and her child sleeping? The 4-year-old. Where were they sleeping?
They were staying in the living room, and also I never had my boyfriend staying there. When that friend was staying there, my boyfriend had to be at home. He could not stay there.
Okay.
This is a different boyfriend.
So what happened? When do you move out? And
This is a very different boyfriend, though.
how do you know what boyfriend she's talking about? You haven't.
I know a lot that you would not believe. This boyfriend that was staying pretty much at the apartment, that I'm basically saying that the place reeked of weed, is because of him. I do have text messages from her saying that he is going to change, he is going to stop selling.
Oh, what was he selling?
I honestly don't know.
So you said he's going to stop selling, and you don't know what he's selling?
I don't know. This is what I heard things to his family where I had confronted him about it. And
Was he selling used cars? Was he selling, what was he selling?
I don't know.
Juan, you're a police officer. So when you hear someone say he's going to change, he's going to stop selling, what do you take that to mean?
In my line of work, we call that narcotics.
You live in Minnesota, and I know that medical marijuana is illegal in your state. So do you have a prescription? Did any of your friends have a prescription that you know
Not
of?
that I'm aware of.
Can I also state something else, ma'am? As far as the Facebook, she had the nerve to like a status that one of her friends that was staying there, she had posted, "Bye, Felicia." Now, do you know what "Bye, Felicia" means?
Well, that is your name. That is your name is Felicia.
Yes. The day
so
I
you were
moved
moving
out,
out. You moved out.
Yes, the day I
and so
moved
the day
out.
after one of your.
The day I moved out.
So.
The day I moved out.
Okay. What does "Bye, Felicia" mean to you?
Honestly, it is a big saying that is going around. Basically, it means the B word. The
So that's
person
not
you
my
do not
understanding
like,
of "Bye,
the person
Felicia."
you
But
do
your
not
name
like.
is Felicia.
Yes, ma'am.
All they said was "Bye, Felicia."
Yes,
So-
in capital letters.
So "Bye, Felicia" is, I know it from the movie Friday. That's
Exactly.
the movie that I know it
Me
from.
as
Which
well.
When they
means
got
now,
"Bye, Felicia."
now it means.
And but I don't know that it means the B word. Most of the time it means you're dismissing someone. You're either dismissing what they're saying or you're dismissing them, but they're so irrelevant you don't even want to say their name or care to know their name. So you just say "Bye, Felicia."
But everybody does know.
But Felicia
it
is your
as-
name.
Yes, ma'am. And I do agree 100% the way. But it is known by thousands and thousands and thousands of people. The saying "Bye, Felicia," when you do not agree with somebody, or
Right.
you basically do not like them, your
So
name
you're saying
changes
that they
to
were-
Felicia, which means the B word.
Okay. You're saying that they weren't saying "Bye, Felicia" to you
No.
in a nice way because it's your name. They were saying
meaning
it
in
the
a
other
very,
way. Okay,
very
on Facebook.
intrusive way.
And who wrote that "Bye, Felicia"?
It was the other person that at the time was staying there.
Okay, and she had moved out at that point. Felicia had
Yes.
moved out.
And
Okay.
you liked it. The status.
All right,
I liked the status. Yes, I did.
It does not matter. I felt very intruded by you. I did not feel safe.
You say she owes you rent and she owes you for a breach of some kind of loan agreement. But she moves out. What happens? Why does she owe you back rent?
Because when she moved out, she had filled out this thing that she wanted me to sign. And I signed it because I wanted her to leave. I was done with
So
her
this
messes
thing
and everything
could
like that.
possibly be a contract between the two of you?
It could possibly be, yes.
May I have a copy of that, please? And what did it say? What was going on here?
She had asked me to sign it, so like if there was an eviction or something like that, she wouldn't be liable, which I signed, so she'd leave. At the same time, the apartment still held.
So you wanted her to leave?
I did, because
Okay.
I didn't want the mess there and everything like that. And you know, she would still bring the drama to work. I'd try to leave it at home. I had to talk to her about that other times at work. After that, I was paying the rent by myself. The friend that was staying there, she had ended up leaving. She was paying $400 so that the two of us would be able to pay a little less. In December, she had wanted to move back into the apartment.
So you signed this agreement. So the two of you signed this agreement, and you're basically saying she's no longer responsible for the rent. She has no further obligations with this apartment. You have someone else who's going to move in. I mean, you say she asked you to sign it, but I mean, you're an adult. The two of you got this apartment together. You signed the lease. You read the lease. I'm assuming you read this, right? She didn't force you to sign it. You didn't sign it under duress. So I'm assuming you signed it of your own free will.
Right. That also states that she's not reliable if I were to get another person on the lease, which never happened. Again, she was asking me to move back in December. She was going to move back in December 1st, and she was going to pay me the $400 that my friend was paying. And I ended up telling her that that was not fair because she was on the lease and equally responsible.
No, hold on a second. But with this agreement, it states here that she would no longer be responsible for rent. And you had communicated to her that you found someone else to move in, right? At that point?
Yes.
We were trying to get her on the lease. Yes.
Okay, you were trying to get her on the lease, but you found someone else to move in. She moves out and she signs this saying she's no longer responsible for rent. So tell me why you think she's still responsible for rent. I know you're saying then you decide to move back in. How many months later?
Well, she moved out in August, so it would have been about 3 to 4 months later.
What changes for you where 3 months later you say, okay, I'm gonna give it another shot?
Because she's my manager. She has control of my hours. She can take away hours from me like she did.
It's your testimony that you felt that your job was in jeopardy if you didn't move back into this apartment, but she may take it. Where were you staying in the meantime?
I was staying at my mom's. I do have proof of my hours being cut back.
We also added 2 new stylists to the salon, and I had to be able to make hours for everybody. I did not cut her hours. She was still at 30 some hours a week.
She was your manager when you moved out, right?
And
when you made the decision to move out because you felt it was unsafe, she was your manager then, correct?
Yep. She also specified that seniority would get more hours.
Well, did you move back in?
No, I did not.
Coming up, Judge Faith helps these friends put an end to their feuding.
This agreement that you signed, I'll show it to you. You agreed to pay her $3,784.
Yeah.
Did you pay any money towards that?
No, I did not.
Plaintiff Ashley Anderson says her former friend owes her money for breaking their lease early. She's suing for past due rent and various fees. Defendant Felicia Burton says Ashley bullied her on social media and cut her hours at work, making it impossible to pay their bills.
And what happens? You say you have to take out this loan. What is that about?
We had signed a re-rental agreement to try to re-rent the apartment.
Why didn't you move back in if you say she was cutting your hours and she was your manager?
Because I did not feel, I still did not feel safe. But I was trying to be a nice person.
And so you remained at the job and worked
I remained at that job. And my hours went from when I left the apartment, when I started there, to when I lived in the apartment, I was getting 35 to 40 hours like I was promised.
Okay, and so what happens? She doesn't move back in and you don't have anyone else to move in and you can't afford the apartment, right? And
Correct.
So what happens?
So I had called Felicia on the phone and asked her, I said, I can't afford this anymore. I said, do you agree with me I'll go get a loan and we'll do the buyout and you'll pay me half.
That means pay off the rest of the lease.
30% of what was left, yes.
Okay. And how much was the loan for?
The loan was for $5,775.
And do you have proof that you paid that to the apartment rental?
I do.
Let me see that proof, please.
After she had agreed to pay that with me and the half of the last month's rent, I did make my own agreement with her as well that she agreed. I also broke down it into a payment plan for her at $315 a month.
Because you're saying that she's partially responsible because the two of you were originally on the lease?
Yes,
so she should pay half of this lease buyout that you had to do?
Correct, and she was still on the lease.
And did you agree to do that?
I did, but I did it because I was afraid my hours were going to get cut.
May I see that agreement?
And I thought she was going to give me more hours.
It was funny though that conveniently 1 week before she was supposed to start paying me on January 1st, she quit. She gave me her 2 week notice. So conveniently right before that.
I put my 2 week notice in, and then you automatically cut my hours without even asking me.
When did you leave the salon?
It was like late December.
This agreement that you signed, I'll show it to you. You agreed to pay her $3,784.
Yeah.
Did you pay any money towards that?
No, I did not.
And you say she owes you $28.87?
That
Did you sign
part
that?
Yes, I did sign that. I'm sorry.
for the buyout, yes, $28.87.50, and then the half of the last month's back.
You ladies have made a bit of a mess here.
Coming up, Judge Faith rules. And now, Judge Faith rules.
You say that she broke the lease because she moved out early. You were the first person to break the lease by moving your friend and her daughter in, even after the landlord. And I know you say they were already there, but when you go to the landlord and the landlord asks you for permission to put a third person on the lease, the landlord told you no. She told you no, and that person stayed there, and the person who you're on the lease with doesn't approve. That's a problem.
She did
You were
approve.
the first person. You were the first person that broke the lease. Well, she's telling me today she didn't approve. You don't have it in writing, and you told me your landlord told you no. So in terms of who broke the lease first, that would be you. The second issue, I have is you're suing for back rent, but then you have this agreement that's in writing where when she moved out, you agree to her moving out, you let her off the hook with this written agreement. I tell people all the time, most of these cases, when I come in and someone leaves, no one puts these things in writing. You're one of the few people I have that put it in writing that it was okay for her to leave and that she didn't have to pay rent after she left. But now you're suing for back rent, and I don't understand why. When you have in writing that she didn't have to pay rent when she moved, and she never moved back in. And then we have this third agreement. You moved out and you've signed an agreement that you're no longer responsible for rent, and then you turn around and sign this agreement that you'll pay for half of the buyout. This is a binding contract. This is a binding agreement. The two of you made a mess, but you have all of these agreements now, that these breaches that have occurred, and all of these agreements in place now, and I'm going to enforce what I have here. So you then agree to, for whatever reason, pay for half of this lease buyout that she clearly paid. I mean, she has the check. She paid $5,775. I'm not ordering her to pay any of the rent you say she owes because you forgave the rent. I am going to order you to pay half of the lease buyout. I think that's fair. So that's $2,887.50 judgment for the plaintiff.